Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing this morning? If you're out there, hi. I'm Brian. Welcome to the channel. If you're on replay, welcome back. How's it going? How's it going? Yes, this is a Sunday morning spur of the moment thing. I decided I'd been off for about a week because of a lot of reasons, and I was like, I'll come on and play a few things, and maybe some people will show up. If they do, they do. They don't, they don't. I don't know. So I'm just going to start playing stuff. And if YouTube is it out, then I guess it's okay. If not, then okay. Let's see here. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let's do... let's start off with this one.
Bake the day she suddenly dropped dead. We chew it slowly, that last apple pie. Shocked into sleeplessness, you're scared of bed. We never could talk much, and now don't try. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular, each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular, each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books.
Let's keep it going a little bit.
Time to put off the world and go somewhere and find my health again in the sea air. Beggar to beggar cried, being friends he strove. Make my soul before my pate is bare, and get a comfortable wife and house to rid me of the devil in my shoes. Beggar to beggar cried, being friends he strove. The worst devil that is between my Lord Mary with a comely lass, she need not be too comely. Let it pass. Beggar to beggar cried, being frenzy struck. But there's a devil in a looking glass. Nor should she be too rich, because the rich are driven by wealth as beggars by the itch. Beggar to beggar cried, being frenzy struck, and cannot have a humorous happy speech. And there I'll grow respected at my ease, and here amid the garden's nightly peace. Beggar to beggar cried, being frenzy struck, the wind-blown clamor of the barnacle geese. Clamor of the barnacle geese. In dusky groves were chilly all day long, mocking the nuthatch and the cardinal. The trim drab catbird trolls its fitful song. I hear the mellow golden pawpaws fall. Luscious fruit scorned as of little worth by those who long for guavas of the south, figs and bananas pining that the north is barren of the luxury taste that wild, delicious juice. What orange groaning wind in the dew of Grecian and Isles would I not now refuse for the rare flavored racy pulp of thee.
everybody. I guess I could. How's it going, Nat Master? Hey, Miriam. How's it going? I guess you did make it back home just in time. And T, how you doing? Glad for you to join us. It's evening where you are. Good evening. Hey, how's it going, Powerlies? Yeah, I got to watch a little bit of it here and there. I've been busy. I've been trying to, I guess I got used to being busy from the last like five and a half weeks or so of just working my butt off on school and doing. And then I got frustrated, exhausted. So I just, I took last week off, focused on my finals. Yeah, more Doug, less drama. That's you're gonna have the drama, and there's just all this stuff. But yeah, it's Doug's birthday, so yeah, I didn't realize that until just a little bit ago. I still miss that guy. I wonder if he'd like what I'm doing here. Probably, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy out there. I've been out of the loop. I've been seeing a lot of this, that, and the other. Decided to get control of my yard again because it got out of control. So I ended up getting another lawnmower. I spent the past couple of days working on that stuff, and it's Sunday morning, and I'm like, oh, what do I do today? And I started. It was just like, started hearing this one in my head. So I was like, okay, I'll play it.
Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon. Bees escaping out the moon. Bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing. Silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon. Bees escaping out the moon. Bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing. Silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. of the world come, and I, a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. When curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is people, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song. Birds are singing round window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is people, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song.
Yeah, I missed that guy, and I understood the. Well, Doug loved dogs, so I don't think he'd mind. Yeah, I'm trying to hold it together here, so bear with me. That guy's death is still a sore spot with me because it was. I felt a kinship with him, you know. Both being artists and stuff, and he inspired me to write. So, and this was cool here. I actually did get to see a little bit of it, but I ended up falling asleep because I was. I get up early in the morning, and then I do my work in the morning, and then in the afternoon because I'm old, I take a nap, and I fell asleep. So I have to finish watching it on the replay. But yes, hey Jennifer, and of course, good evening, Afila. Glad you have you listening. Okay, yeah. So, yes, it is morning here. It is like almost 8 a.m. in the morning. So, it's getting close to y'all's bedtime on that side of the world. But bear with me for a second. I found here's where I want to play. Let me go to the folder here, and it's this one. Let's play this one.
The robin laughed in the orange tree. Oh, windy north, a fig for thee. While breasts are red and wings are bold, and green trees wave us globes of gold. Time sighs shall reap but bliss for me.
Sunlight song and the orange tree
burn golden globes in leafy sky. My orange planet's crimson eye will shine and shoot among the spheres and thread the heavenly orange tree
with orbits bright of minstrelsy.
If that I hate wild winter spy, the gibbet trees, the world in wide, the sky but gray, wind over gray. Why should I ache the season slay? I'll sing from the top of the orange tree, Gramercy, winter's tyranny. South with the sun and my climb. My wing is king of the summertime. My breast to the sun, his torch shall hold, and I'll call down through the green and gold. Time, take thy scythe, reap bliss for me. Bestir thee under the orange tree.
bosom of his fairy bride. And then a counter-truth filled out its play. The Countess Kathleen was the name I gave it. She, pity-crazed, had given her soul away, but masterful heaven had intervened to save it. I thought my dear must her own soul destroy, so did fanaticism and hate enslave. And this brought forth a dream, and soon enough, this dream itself had all my thoughts and love. And when the fool and blind man stole the bread, Cuchulainn fought the ungovernable sea. Heart mysteries there, and yet when all is said, it was the dream itself enchanted me. Character isolated by a deed, to engross the present and dominate memory. Players and painted stage took all my love, and not those things that they were emblems of. Those masterful images, because complete, grew in pure mind, but out of what began a mound of refuse or the sweepings of a street. Old kettles, old bottles, and a broken can. Old iron, old bones, old rags, and a raving slut. Who keeps the till now that my ladder's gone? I must lie down where all the ladders start, in the foul rag and bone shop of the heart. Heaven bless the babe, they said. Heaven bless the babe. What queer books she may said, where she must have read. She must have read. Love by whom I was beguiled. Grant I may not bear a child. Little does she guess today, little does today, what the world may be, they say. What the world may be, they say. They say. Snowdrift deep and covered, till the spring my murdered lover. Little does she guess today, little does today, what the world may be, they say. What the world may be, they say. They say. Snowdrift deep and covered, till the spring my murder lover.
Well, I could play something a little bit more upbeat, you know. Let's see. What would what would keep T from falling asleep? Okay. Is this a challenge here? How about this one?
I'm all alone in this world, she said. Ain't got nobody to share my bed. Ain't got nobody to hold my hand. Truth of the matters, I ain't got no man. Big boy opened his mouth and said, trouble with you is you ain't got no head. If you had a head and used your mind, you could have me with you all the time. She answered, babe, what must I do? He said, share your bed and your money too. Yeah. Oh, he said, share your bed and your money too. He said, share your bed and your money too. He said, share your bed and your money too. Big boy opened his mouth and said, trouble with you is you ain't got no head. If you had a head and used your mind, you could have me with you all the time. He said, share your bed and your money too. Hey, yeah. He said, share your bed and your money too. Money too.
Oh, let's see here. Yeah, it's y'all's winter, ain't it? Because it's our summer. Here, it's been, I'm like in those middle latitudes. So it's been like 90s here in the afternoons. Feels like 110 past couple weeks. Supposed to get cool off a little bit. We had a break in the weather, you know, here or there. But I remember one of the coldest I've ever been during June, July was on my first deployment. We went around South America, right? So we went around the bottom of it, came up. So around this time of the year, this was 2004. Wow, long time ago. So about this time of the year when we were down there, oh my Lord, it was freaking freezing. Well, that's human exacerbated, accelerated climate change, because that heat's got to go somewhere. Why do you think we're having the bad weather. Like, it was supposed to be a typhoon and nothing happened. And then freaking, there 50 some people are dead in Texas because of freaking freak flash flooding. People are, people want to, I don't know, they'll fight. They'll fight to, well, probably in a couple hundred years, it's going to be nice and tropical up in Canada. Who knows? The middle latitudes are going to be unlivable. But we'll be dead. And I don't have any kids, so here we go.
Do not suddenly break the branch or hope to find the white heart over the white well. Glance aside, not for lamps, do not spell old enchantments. Let them sleep.
Shot from a bower eaves, he rode between the barley sheaves. The sun came dazzling through the leaves and flamed upon the brazen greaves of Beausoleil. A red cross knight forever kneel to a lady in his shield that sparkled on the yellow field beside remote Shalott. Some branch of stars we see hung in the golden galaxy. The bridal bells rang merrily as he rode down from Camelot. And from his blazoned baldric slung a mighty silver bugle hung. And as he rode his armor rung beside remote Shalott. how in sunlight glowed on burnished hooves his warhorse strode. From underneath his helmet flowed his coal-black curls as on he rode, as he rode down from Camelot. From the bank and from the river he flashed into the crystal mirror. Tiralira, tiralira, sang Sir Lancelot. Oh, she left the web, she left the loom, she made 3 paces through the room. She saw the water flower bloom, she saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down at Camelot, out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse has come upon me, cried the lady of Shalott.
Tis midnight o'er the dim mare's lonely bosom. Dark, dusky, windy midnight swift are driven. The swelling vapors onward, every blossom raises bright petals in tears of heaven. Imperfect, half-seen objects meet the sight. The other half our fancy must portray. One dull, lengthened sheet of swimming light lies the broad lake. The moon conceals her ray, sketched faintly by a pale and lurid gleam. Shot through the glimmering clouds, the lovely planet is shrouded in obscurity. The scream of owl is silent, and the rocks of granite rise tall and drearily, while damp and dank hang the thick willows on the reedy bank. Beneath the gurgling eddy slowly creep, blackened by foliage and the glutting wave that saps eternally the cold grey steep. Sounds heavily within the hollow cave. All earth is restless from his glossy wing. The heat fowl lifts his head at intervals. Wet, driving, rainy come the bursting squalls. All nature wears her dun-dead covering. Tempest is gathered and the brooding storm spreads its black mantle over mountains form, and mingled with the rising roar is swelling from the far hunter's booth the bloodhounds yelling. The water falls in various cadence chiming, or in one loud unbroken sheet descending. Salute each other through the night's dark womb. The moaning pine trees to the wild blast bending are pictured faintly through the checkered gloom. The forest halfway up the mountain climbing resound with crash of falling branches quiver. Their ages mossy trunks, the startled doe leaps from a and slow.
The sun came up on the left, out of the sea came he. And he shone bright, and on the right went down into the sea. Higher and higher every day, till over the mast at noon. The wedding guest here beat his breast, for he heard the loud bassoon. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her goats, the merry men shall see. The wedding guest he beat his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his o'ertaking wings and chased us south along. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her goats, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest he beat his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. Came and he was tyrannous and strong. With his o'ertaking wings and chased us south along. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, known him, nodding their heads before her goats, the merry minstrelsy. The merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest he beat his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner.
Okie dokie is right. I don't like that one.
The western wave was all aflame. The day was well nigh done. Almost upon the western wave rested the broad bright sun. When that strange shape drove suddenly betwixt us and the sun, and straight the sun was flecked with bars,
Heaven's mother, send us grace. As if through a dungeon grate he peered with broad and burning face. Alas, thought I, and my heart beat loud, how fast she nears and nears. Are those her sails that glance in the sun like restless gossameres? Are those her ribs through which the sun did peer as through a grate? And is that woman all her crew? Is that a death? And are there two? Is death that woman's mate? Her lips were red, her looks were free, her locks were yellow as gold. Her skin was as white as leprosy. The nightmare life in death was she, who thinks man's blood with cold. The naked Hulk alongside came, and the twain were casting dice. The game is done, I've won, I've won. Quoth she and whistled thrice. Hulk alongside came, and the twain were casting dice. The game is done, I've won, I've won. Quoth she and whistles thrice. Quoth she and whistled thrice. Quoth she and whistled thrice.
So, for the, well, it says there's like 3 years, so who's ever still here? Got some info, got some news. As y'all know, over the past 5 weeks, I've been doing school. 2 classes, one one actually going one-on-one. Well, I know what I made in my classes, and then I did good. It got me reminding, it got me comparing how things used to be back in the day. We'd, you kind of generally knew where you were at, understanding and everything by your work and everything that you've been doing, but, you'd still wait to get the report card. After the end of the semester, it's this, those things they send you in the mail. It's got the little they're usually official looking. Well, these were official looking with the little perforated little things you tear off, and it's got the little printed off in there. It tells you what you made, and all that stuff. These days, it's almost instantaneous. Interesting how things, but I know what I made in my classes this time around. In my biology class, I made an A. My cumulative everything was 94. And in my music appreciation class, I made an 88. I made a B. And hopefully, I should know here pretty soon the effect that had on my GPA, I hope. That's the thing. It should be above the 2.0 that I need. So, yay. I'm glad I took these classes. I start back in the fall. And then as far as the channel and the show goes, I'm just gonna keep on doing, I guess. I'm not going to be on tomorrow because I've got real world stuff I got to take care of, but I'll be back on Tuesday with the show I was supposed to do on past Monday. But, that's when I was like, nah, I can't do this at the moment. You know how it is when you're doing something. Yeah, thank you. You know how it is when you're doing something and sometimes it feels like you're just spinning your wheels. Well, that's how I get to feel sometimes.
She might have known it in the early spring that all my heart with vague desire was stirred, and ere the summer winds had taken wing, I told her, but she smiled and said no word. The autumn's eager hand, his red gold grasp, and she was silent till from skies grown dream fell soft one fine first snowflake, and she clasped my neck and cried, love, we have lost a year.
I've stayed in the front yard all my life. I wanna peek at the back, where it's rough and untended and hungry weed grows. A girl gets silver rose. I wanna go in the backyard now and maybe down the alley to where the charity children play. I want a good time today. They do some wonderful things
My mother sneers, but I say it's fine. How they don't have to go in at 8:45. My mother, she tells me that Johnny May will grow up to be a bad woman, that George will be taken to jail soon or late. On account of last winter, he sold our back gate, but I say it's fine. Honest, I do. And I'd like to be a bad woman too, and wear the brave stockings of night black lace, and strut down the street with paint on my face.
There are hermit souls that live withdrawn in the place of their self-content. There are souls like stars that dwell apart in a fellowless firmament. There are pioneer souls that blaze the paths where highways never ran. May live by the side of the road and be a friend to man. Let me live in a house by the side of the road where the race of men go by. The men who are good and the men who are bad, as good and as bad as I would not sit in the scorner's seat nor hurl the cynic's ban. Let me live in a house by the side of the road and be a friend to men. I see from my house by the side of the road, by the side of the highway of life, the men who press with the ardor of hope, the men who are faint with the strife. But I turn not away
guys got to go out. And I got to get going on the day. So I'm going to sign off for now. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. All right.